Hello, Tyler Tolman with Conscious Lifestyler coming to you live from Bali, Indonesia. How you doing? Today I'd like to talk a little bit about colon cleansing because as you probably know, or maybe you don't know, I have a colon cleanse called Tyler Tolman's 4-Day Colon Cleanse. Now first off, just to answer a few questions about colon cleansing, a lot of times people do a colon cleanse and it's really smart to do a colon cleanse because it eliminates all of the backed up stuff in your digestive system, and typically your colon. Now your colon consists of 3 main parts. It's the ascending colon, the transverse colon, and the descending colon. Now this is where a lot of things tend to get backed up. It's where a lot of buildup tends to happen. We have something called a mucosal lining that builds up over time and distance of eating processed foods, cooked foods, and not really getting enough fiber and enzymes in our diet. So the reason to do a colon cleanse is it's really clearing of all this stuff, and the colon directly relates to many other parts of the body. A lot of times when you have nasal stuff going on, when you have head pressure, you got headaches, you have chronic fatigue, you have all kinds of different issues, it really just ties back to the colon. So to sweep that stuff out and get rid of it, literally within a very short period of time, all of a sudden your sinuses are clear, you have no headaches, you feel really good, the whites of your eyes clear up, and you just feel absolutely fantastic. So a colon cleanse is something I recommend doing a lot of. Now sometimes people say, oh, I'm going to do a kidney cleanse, I'm going to do a liver cleanse, I'm going to do this type of cleanse. And really, when you do a good colon cleanse, you're cleansing your entire body. Because typically the liver gets backed up and the kidneys get backed up with different toxins and things when your digestive system or your colon gets backed up. First of all, the colon gets backed up, it's not moving, those toxins start to build up, they dump onto the liver, then it backs up and it starts coming out your nose, you start coughing, you start having other issues. So you clear up the colon and everything typically clears up. So I want to talk about a couple of different types of colon cleansing. A lot of times when you see a colon cleanse, it has things like Cascara sagrada. It'll have different types of leaves, different types of herbs that force what's called peristaltic action. Now peristaltic action is the actual movement of your colon. And naturally peristaltic action happens from getting electricity from food, from fibers from food, and also being hydrated. So sometimes people come to me and say, I did this colon cleanse, and afterwards, after a few weeks, I just felt like I really needed to do it again because I felt backed up. And what I've come to the conclusion of is a lot of times when people do a colon cleanse, they're forcing it. They're taking pills, they're taking herbs, and it's forcing this process of cleansing. Well, really, you don't really want to be forcing things because people's digestive systems get backed up, and when you force that, then your system relies on you forcing it time and time again to get it to move. You don't want to force it to happen. You want to cleanse the body with natural whole foods, things that naturally get the body moving so that it can naturally continue to do that. So I put together this colon cleanse based on whole foods that have been used for thousands of years to cleanse the digestive system naturally. Number 1, there's something called psyllium. It's psyllium seed, and you take the husk off of that, and it's basically a fiber that's one of the best fibers for acting like a broom and sweeping clean all of the stuff in the colon. As you can see on the label here, it looks like a little scrubber brush, and the psyllium goes through and it expands and it cleans out all the little crevices, all the little nooks and crannies where things are getting stuck. It also strips the mucosal lining off of the digestive system, which naturally should happen about every 48 hours anyway, but typically doesn't because of all the processed foods and things that people are eating. Other things that I put in here are flax seeds. Ground flax is also a really good fiber. It has a lot of nutrition. It's great for cleaning out the digestive system. I also use oats because oats promotes good digestion. And another thing we have in there is bentonite clay. Bentonite clay is a very healing clay. It's a clay that's been used by Native Americans in different cultures for thousands of years again. And bentonite clay has a capacity to literally pull heavy toxic metals, herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, different things that maybe you've brought into your body, toxic things. Some people have what's called mercury amalgam fillings, and so they have mercury stored up in the body, and bentonite clay is one of the best ways to pull that mercury out of the body. So in this process of colon cleansing, you're literally stripping the mucosal lining off, and this mucosal lining is different with everybody, but most people have a really thick mucosal lining. And because they've been eating processed foods and junk for a long period of time, that mucosal lining gets really thick. It almost gets to the consistency of rubber, and it makes it really tough for our bodies to digest nutrition properly. So it's one of the best things that you can do. I recommend using whole foods. We've had literally thousands of people go through this process and have absolute amazing clearing. So that's basically why to do a colon cleanse. I highly recommend checking it out. And I will tell you that within 4 days of doing a colon cleanse, the whites of your eyes will clear up. You'll have a lot more energy. A lot of people are carrying around anywhere from 3 to 5 to even 10 kgs of excess waste just in the digestive system. I had an individual that I worked with. He did 4 days of a colon cleanse, and in those 4 days alone, he lost 25 pounds. Pretty crazy, which is about 12 kgs of excess stuff that was just in his digestive system. So 4 days, eliminated that, felt great, had tons of energy. Just the way his skin looked absolutely fantastic. So you'll experience a lot just in as little as 4 days. I would recommend doing a colon cleanse at least 4 times a year, going into different seasons. There's different foods available, and it's good just to clean the body and be ready to receive nutrition and offerings from seasonal foods. So thanks for watching the video, and then check out my how-to video of how to mix and eat this stuff and do it properly so that it tastes good and works right for you. Have a good day.